Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. My name is Edgar Mendez, and today we're doing a reading focused on what your person's current feelings are for you. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. And I want to give a big shout out to all those people that like and comment and to check out my podcast as well. I have a brand new podcast out if you are interested in that. I also want to let you all know I do have some services open. I have healings, private readings, live stream readings, as well as Akashic karma clearing and stuff like that. If you're interested in getting any of that, check it out. All right. Only go for it if your heart calls you to it. Okay. So let's get started. So who's going to answer? We have Saint Germain who steps forward this day to answer the question. So Saint Germain, can you tell me what's currently happening in Gemini's person's mind right now? What's currently in their mind, in their life? What's going on there? I feel that this person has had a lot of signs and synchronicities and a lot of do you know like you get visions and you know like a lot of times our mind likes to play that down like oh it's just that or that that's just in your head or it's make believe or it's fantasy. I don't know. It's something like this, but this person has a lot of signs, a lot of visions, a lot of ideas, even feels you right, and they know that this all means something, but they keep trying to resist that it means something. They're keeping themselves in that place where of disbelief, of a place that's not really following. I want to say like the signs and synchronicities and honestly their own inner knowing. They're not following that right now. In fact, this is someone who's very much kind of keeping themselves to themselves, and this is very interesting. I actually see it like a shell or a version of themselves that's currently um holding them in a place that they don't belong. But this is coming apart slowly but surely, right? It's like it's chipping away little pieces at a time, and that's kind of what's going on in their head right now. It's like I am trying to resist this connection, and I'm trying to resist every magnetism and pull I feel towards Gemini. And until this person stops resisting and until they go with the flow, and it is a fear-based response, they're going to stay here and stay in this place that they don't want to be. And I know it sounds crazy, like why would someone do this to themselves? But fear is powerful. And I don't know if you noticed this, but basically everything is fear based. I mean, you could literally keep, it's hard not to turn on the TV and not see fear, right? It's hard not to look up news articles and news feeds and not see fear. It's everywhere. And that's kind of what's currently being pumped into this person. And it is mirroring into this connection. And it's, they are too scared. It's one of the things that a Metatron is saying. Metatron, not Saint Germain. Metatron is saying, is that this person is worried about losing you. That's why they're scared to have you. They're worried about losing you. And I was thinking about this. I don't know what it was. Someone told me this. I think I had a private reading, and they're like, "Oh, I had this beautiful time with this person. It lasted a certain amount of years, and then it ended." And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, "Wow, you had that much time with that person. That's amazing." But you know how they saw it? They see it like I lost them. Right? They're not seeing that, oh, I had that. And I know that all of us are eventually going to lose people. Like we all know, right? It's not about whether or not we will lose them. It's more about what time we have while we're with them and how making the most of that. And this person is worried about losing you, but that shouldn't stop them from having you. And it's kind of where it's at right now. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that that's where it's at. Let's see. Is there anything else? Anything else? Saint Germain for this person's life right now. Um, they are worried about telling people what they feel and think about you as well. I don't know. There's something like this at play here. Like they're so scared to say what they feel about you to other people. They're worried about looking like a fool. They're worried about it's like they honestly kind of feel like this is some magical experience, and it's like they want to dismiss it, or they want to pretend like they want to dismiss it because it feels so out there. Like I hope that makes sense. It's so outrageously out there. Like it's like, what is this? Like this is crazy, right? Like what is this craziness? And
they just want to pretend like, well, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna follow. Sorry, I'm gonna be a sheeple. Yeah, I'm gonna follow what everyone else is doing because, well, why me, right? Out of everyone, why am I the one that has a special connection? And they feel a sense of insecurity with that right there as well. Is there anything else? Mm-mm. I feel like this is going to be resolving itself sooner rather than later, but I don't see it immediately right now. So sorry about my internet, everyone. I don't see it immediately happening, but I do see it happening sooner rather than later. This person is going to work through this. Um, they are, but it takes a long time to like get your human mind on board for certain things. Like can we be real? Like all of you trying to practice your psychic gifts. Like it takes a long time. Like it's like telling yourself, I'm psychic, I'm psychic. You have to keep saying it, right? I know how annoying it is, but you really do. I remember someone told me, you have to say it this many times and you'll feel it, right? And I think that they have to say it to themselves enough and then say it out loud enough, and then they're going to start to really feel and believe it. But that's work in the future that they will be doing. All right. So can you tell me now, Saint Germain, what is this person's feelings right now for um a Gemini? So one of the things that I am hearing is that you really woke this person up and you blew their mind. It isn't just the fact that the experience of meeting you that did this. It's not just that. They knew they were going to meet you before they met you. They've had visions. They were seeing signs, synchronicities, but literally they saw you, like you, like who is this, right? And sorry, I gotta say it because that's what Saint Germain brought forward. I don't know if you watched Scott Pilgrim yet, but it was like, you're having these dreams, and it's like, lo and behold, boom, all of a sudden someone's right there, and you're just like, well, what does this mean? And this person doesn't want to jump the gun, right? They don't want to jump the gun and think, well, that means we're gonna be together or something like that. They have obviously those fears and insecurities, but um it's too big to ignore, and this is what's blowing their mind because they can't ignore it because they've had those signs, they had those synchronicities, they had those visions, they saw you before they ever saw you, and it's like, what is this? And they're my throat just closed up a little bit. They don't know what to make of this. They don't know what to say to this. They don't know how to handle the situation. And this person is becoming a little bit overwhelmed. The throat center, very, very depleted. They feel like saying these things out loud is, I don't know how to phrase this. Like you feel stupid if you said something that you shouldn't have said, or you feel um you can't walk back on something that you said. It's like that. This person doesn't want to feel stupid. They don't want to feel dumb. They don't want to feel like they're a fool. But what else are they gonna do, right? And I feel like, because this always works the other way around, I feel like some of yous are dealing with this as well. Maybe something that you want, right? Maybe something that that is true that you're having trouble believing. Keep saying it. That's actually how it works. I'm not joking. You got to keep saying it. You got to say it again and again and again, and eventually, your whole being will believe it because it's the truth. But you got to make sure that you keep saying that. But let's see what else is here. What else is here for this person's feelings right now? They have a romantic side to them. I don't think a lot of people would actually know or see that about them. One of the things that suppresses their romanticness and this person's, I want to say, uh, affection. Yeah, I want to say like terms of affection, but that doesn't make sense. I don't know. But affection, what suppresses that is the self-consciousness that they feel when they're taking these actions. One of the good ways, as a good example for this, is when we sing in public. You know how self-conscious you feel, right? It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. And this person feels very self-conscious when they think about doing romantic stuff to you and romantic stuff in general. They feel very self-conscious about it. It is something that humans are currently releasing, as none of us should be ashamed, or none of us should feel self-conscious about singing or displaying our affection, or speaking our truth, right? We should not feel self-conscious about that, but it is a hard thing that we are releasing right now as a whole, as humanity. That's what Saint Germain's saying. Is there any other feelings that they have right now? No, but they are seeing sacred geometry everywhere, and
I don't know what that means exactly. It's almost like they're being healed. Sacred geometry is like, or it's when you're being light is near you, they're healing you and stuff like that. But it feels like that, like they're being healed. Maybe they, oh, I think they feel you are healing them, and your energy is healing them and making them feel amazing. Yeah, sure. Whew, sorry, like that. The throats that are closed up again. It's like it's hard for me to get it out because they are too scared to say that. Mm, real crazy, by the way. Alrighty, so let's take a look here. Let's switch gears, Saint Germain. Can you tell me what is this person's next move towards Gemini? All right, they're definitely watching you on social media. I see them on the computer snooping. Where are you going, Patrick? He doesn't like to listen to me talk, everyone. By the way, I don't let you all know that. Anyway, your person here is watching you online. They snoop, right? They keep tabs on you. It's an easy way for this person to kind of check up on you without actually being seen doing it. But they do want to like reach out to you. One of the things that Saint Germain is saying is that you may want to open that door, right? Or give. I just saw 1111 on that. I got to be real. I just said that exactly at 1111. That's crazy. Yeah, I just wanted to. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I saw it anyway. But if you may want to open up the door here, and let's say I'm going to give you an example. It doesn't have to be what it is for you, but let's say you're not following each other, right? Why don't you follow them? Something like that. That's like opening up the door, and it can help this person kind of shake off those. I don't know, so he said heebie-jeebies, right? And actually be courageous enough to make a move towards you. Whether they do it or not, it's hard to say. But opening up that door will make it easier, and that's kind of what you're gonna need to do, if you ask me here, because I see this person too scared to do it on their own, like to be the first one to make a move and all that stuff. Like I know that we tend to look at, I don't know, like masculine energy as strong. They are, but not in this way, right? They're not strong in this way. They never have been. They always struggle with these things. So it's important that you follow your hearts about what to do, but open up that door if you feel called to, and when you feel called to. Don't just do it, right? Because you are chasing. But anyway, I digress. So what other moves towards Gemini? I see when this person finally works up the courage to say hi to you and message you and stuff like that, you're going to have consistent communication between each other. It's going to be good. One of the things that Saint Germain does bring up is don't overload this person with stuff. Like, let them come to it on their own terms, let them figure everything out on their own. Sometimes even if it is true, the ego will deflect it or block it because, well, it's trying to protect them. So maybe not be so forward about everything. Let this person come out of the cocoon, come out of the shell, come out of the ego, slowly but surely. He's bringing forward an example. Think of this person like a cat, like you're trying to save. Like, I'm trying to save this cat, right? Are you gonna run to that damn cat? No, they're gonna run away from you. They're just gonna run. Cats have look at that. Even my babies, I'm walking towards them, they start running away. It's just like I'm just walking to you. Anyway, that's just what they do. So you want to make sure that you are allowing this person enough time, space, and breathing room to make those incremental steps towards you. So don't overwhelm them. Don't throw a bunch of stuff at them. None of that, right? Talk to them, let them come out of their shell. But I do see consistent communication between you and this person. Okay. Is there any guidance that you have right now for Gemini? For Gemini, let's see. One of the things that is the message that's coming through for us from Saint Germain is to believe in dreams, and I do mean like dreams that seem crazy, out of reach dreams that you never thought possible, that you stopped believing in because it didn't happen, something like that. Start to believe in those things again. I know the world is going to be changing very rapidly. And I really do mean that. Like, I'm not joking about that. And you're going to start to understand that the impossible is possible, but good, right, thing for you to start that now, right? And for you to start to work on that now. And lo and behold, you're going to start to receive things and have things in your life that you never even thought was going to ever happen to you or happen for you. Simply because you believed it would and you open yourself up to that. I understand how crazy that sounds, right? Obviously, we have to do the work to get there, but believing is one of the very first steps. And right now, there's just not a belief in you right now, Gemini, about your dreams, about creating those dreams. So it's important that you start to believe a little bit more. Is there any other guidance that you have? One thing that Saint Germain says, I got a, it's like a message in a bottle, but he referenced a time capsule as well. You may want to write down where you are right now. Right now, like just write down, right? Like this is my life right now. And then 10 years from now, you can look back and be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, that I can't believe I was back. I did this was my life back then. I know it's an odd thing to say, but he really says that this is going to be mind blowing for you, right? Mind blowing for you to come back 10 years from now, like a time capsule, open this thing up and then read it and see the energy, because the energy will be on paper, and you can see a difference between where you are to where you came from. And that's something that is, I feel like you really need. All right. I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I want to thank you. Please don't forget to like and comment and check out all of my services. Only get it if you feel called to. There really is no point if you don't have a calling. All right. Thank you. And take care. Bye.